Who knows more of gods than I? Horse gods,
Hey.
fire gods, gods made of gold with gemstone eyes, gods carved of cedar wood, gods chiseled into mountains, gods of empty air. I know them all. I've seen their peoples, garland them with flowers, and shed the blood of goats and bulls and children in their names. And I have heard the prayers in 500 tongues. Cure my withered leg. Make the maiden love me. Grant me a healthy son. Save me, succor me, make me wealthy. Protect me. Protect me from mine enemies. Protect me from the darkness. Protect me from the crabs inside my belly. From the horse lords and the slavers and the sellswords at my door. Protect me from the silence. Godless. Why, Aaron, I am the godliest man to ever raise sail. You serve one goddamn fair, but I have served 10,000. From Ib to Ashai, when men see my sails, they pray. Zach, hello.
Yeah, but have you met Jesus?
Do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, though?
Our Lord and Savior, Water Jesus?
Water Jesus! Water those!
He turns water into more water.
I heard you like water, so I put some... Well, never mind. Zach, I thought... Welcome.
Exhibit is definitely a name somebody has in, like, Marine.
Ribbit.
Yeah, like, there's Resnack, Mo Resnack, and right next to him is Exhibit.
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 Yes, I am from Karth. From Karth. My name is Exhibit Ishan.
Hello.
Hello. Zach, welcome.
What are we doing today, Tom?
Welcome to the A Song of Ice and Fire Pantheon Roundup.
This is very funny that we did this because my next theory leans on this a little bit. So it's actually really great that we're doing this little refresher.
Oh my goodness, that's exciting. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd do it kind of the same way we did the Valyrian Steel one, and put them in no particular order on this here canvas. I have only written down the ones that I could remember, so we're gonna try to get as many as we can before we have to look them up.
Okay.
Zach, you want to start?
Sure. I'll hit you with the ones that I've recently been looking into.
Name a god for $1. Name a god.
How about the 7, which is technically one being with 7 aspects.
The 7. Yeah. Yeah, the 7, which are... Do I need to list them all? I'm going to list them all.
But you will.
Mother, Maiden, Crone, Smith, Smoth, Smith,
Moth.
Smosh, Warrior.
The Beatles.
TF2. Come on, Tom. TF2 Engineer. Come on, Tom. Come on. For $1, name a god. Name a god, Tom. Name a god. Any god. For $1, name a god. Father. Stranger.
Wait. Why is the one the Smosh? That's Smith. There we go.
It's Smoth. You don't know Smosh?
I know Smosh. I was hoping to not think about them.
You don't know Smosh? You don't know the god Smosh?
The good old god Smosh.
You don't know You don't know Anthony, our Lord and Savior? You don't know Anthony Smosh? And like this is a good video, right? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
YouTubers react to the destruction of King's Landing.
Zach, I think this is a good video to like talk about religion in this book series generally, because it's actually handled very well. I also think this is a good time to talk about how I just put buffalo chicken dip into the oven, so it may be the case that I run screaming when I hear the the alarm go off. Okay,
that's entirely fair.
There is sort of an open question in A Song of Ice and Fire about how much religion there is and how much magic there actually is, because
I would love to talk about why gods don't exist in the World of Ice and Fire theory. That will be in direct conflict with my next theory, but I don't care. I've heard somebody, I don't necessarily believe in it, but I've heard somebody posit a atheistic planetos before, and I think that's fascinating.
Zach, I think that's fascinating, but I fully don't buy it.
I mean, it lines up with our the last little. Well, I guess it's not the last video we did like this because we did Jon Snow's real name, but the just talking about Patchface quotes video, we talked about maybe Melisandre isn't serving the Lord of the Light. She just has some monstrous magic qualities baked into her. She's got some like carry shit going on. And she has mistaken it for a blessing of her lore.
Oh, so you think you think that Melisandre is a natural mage and wrong?
Yes.
That's really funny.
I don't know if I believe that like for sure, but I think that's a fun avenue to start thinking down. Like Melisandre is just like she's a Shadowbinder from Asai, Shai or however I pronounce it, Ass High. But like
the Shadowbinder from Ass High.
Shadowbinder, I barely even know her.
Shadowbinder is just the name that we give to people who vape.
Yes.
This
or
smoke
somebody...
monster was just like an obnoxious person with a with a jewel.
Yeah. I guess Renly did technically die of secondhand smoke.
Zach, this brings to mind another thing I want to talk about. We can come back to there are no gods in A Song of Ice and Fire just a minute, okay?
Yeah.
This is another thing I want to talk about. Have you introduced the internet to your dab point theorem?
Dab point theorem?
Yes, the theorem that it would be an interesting superpower to
okay, so Tom and I play a lot of Would You Rather.
Yep.
And I gave Tom the choice between would you rather involuntarily scream out for help every time you orgasm, and like you'd vary it up, right? It wouldn't be predictable. It wouldn't be anything your neighbors could be like, oh, Tom's fucking again. It would be like,
oh no, a coyote got into my living room again.
Yeah, it would be very specifically like something terrible is happening and I need you to come help me. Now, there's ways around this. Ball gags exist. But, like, the alternative one I gave was, the other is, would you rather scream for help every time you orgasm, or involuntarily dab when you get the worst news you receive all year? And we talked about that, like, as a divining rod. Like, like, there's a negative quality here, which is you hear something objectively terrible and you full on dab. And like somebody's presumably telling you this news, so it could be like somebody dying and you just full on dab.
Right. I'm sorry. At the very least, your father didn't make it through the surgery. Boom.
Dab. Yeah. Like very like socially bad like thing. It's hard to explain to people. But like we talk about that, it becomes like a divining rod for like the worst point of your year, and you at least know that the rest of your year is not going to be as bad as that moment. It'll be painful, but you'll get through. And like if it happens earlier in your year, or if it happens with something relatively minor, you're going to have a good year. Like if you get into a fender bender and involuntarily dab, it's like, oh, this is going to be a good fucking year. Now there's some problems with this, which is you go through an entire year and haven't dabbed yet. Like anxiety,
like two members of your family die in a house fire and you don't dab and you're like, oh no.
Yes, that's the other thing. It's like the like you hear objectively terrible news. You're sitting there waiting for the dab, and then you realize it's not coming, and you sort of look at your arms in shock and horror as you realize that it's only going to get worse from here.
It's the curse of the soothsayer, but framed in a manner that's very fucking funny.
Yes.
This is the of course, this is the same. This is just the story of Oedipus Rex, but dabbing. Zach, the last, like, I don't know why, but the last, like, couple of days, I think it was something I said on the last D&D show was really, really fucking funny. And I started thinking about what the inverse of a dab point would be. There must needs be a funniest joke I tell all year. There has to be. Right?
Yes. Yeah.
There has to be. And, like, every now and again, I've been stopping and thinking, like, huh, was that the funniest? Was that it? Was that number one? And Zach, you said Renly Baratheon did technically die of secondhand smoke, and I'm like, that's a contender. That's pretty funny. Like, that
might be the funniest joke I make all year. That could be, yeah.
And deeply sadly, deeply unhappily, there must needs be a funniest joke I ever tell.
Yeah.
And when you die, when you go to the great comedy show in the sky, you know, you get to the gates of what your chosen pantheon's comedy club. And I assume it's Carrot Top at the door. That's what I've been imagining. Carrot Top's at the door.
Good old Saint Carrot Top.
Saint Carrot Top is at the door, yes. Saint Carrot Top, flanked by, let's go with Father Seinfeld. They're at the door, and they look through your ledger. Am I going to be proud of the funniest jokes I ever told? Is Carrot Top gonna say, oh, well, wait, no, he would be, well, this was pretty funny in 2015, but nowadays, I don't know.
Is it, how do they measure funniest? Is it the one that makes the most people laugh, or is it the one that, like, makes people laugh the hardest? Like there are those very niche, like, Futurama tier jokes, right? Where, like, not everybody's gonna laugh at them, but the people who are laughing about them are laughing about them passively for the rest of their lives.
Zach, I do wonder if Preston Jacobs is the funniest I'm ever going to be.
That could be the case. That could be the case. I hope it's not, but that was really fucking funny.
Zach, for $1, name a god.
R'hllor. We just talked about R'hllor. R'hllor didn't pop up.
I'm gonna spell it in the Cthulhu way. R''LLOORRER. Is it this? Is it R'hllor?
No, it's R''HLLOR, I think.
Ah, it's R'hllor. Wait.
Don't spoil things for my upcoming theory.
That turn of phrase is no longer acceptable. It is now real sex worker. Do I have to censor that joke?
No. Yes and no.
Do I have to hit the button?
It's real promiscuous.
Zach, you're being real promiscuous today. Zach, you're being real bad.
Real bad.
Yeah, R'hllor.
That joke was real good.
Yeah, got him. Oh, I don't know what the future holds, but I know the jokes only get funnier and funnier. I got a couple. Can I say a god, Zach? Can I say a god?
I know a couple as well, but you go ahead. You take a stab.
How about Big Squid Daddy?
Big Squid Daddy, the drowned god. Yeah.
I've decided that this is going to be kind of memey, so he is Big Squid Daddy.
Big Squid Daddy.
Yes.
How about the Big Horse Daddy?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Big Horse Daddy. I hear somebody upstairs eating my buffalo chicken dip.
This is a joke I crafted while working on another theory that is cut from that theory now, but what if there's a mistranslation? What if the Dothraki god's not supposed to be a big horse? It's supposed to be a big whore.
Zach, what did we just get done saying?
They say where do whores go 100 times in the books.
That's
I think people
true.
in our viewing audience are.
They do
like,
say where do whores go a lot.
Yeah, we're not slut shaming anybody. We're very pro slut here.
I decline to
cut
comment.
that one. Cut that. You can cut that joke.
How dare you? How dare you call me out like that? I'm a good Catholic boy.
Faith of the Seven.
Zach, what do you think of I
was just saying with that mistranslation, it would make sense why she's mounting the world.
Oh, nice.
Stallion who mounts the world sex joke there.
Wait,
there
I think that is still the implication. I think that that's what they mean when they say mount.
A stallion who mounts the world is a stallion who fucks the world. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think that is the I think that is the case. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense why Dany seems to be the stallion who mounts the world. Yeah, that's stallion who fucks the world. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because she has these apocalyptic portents that's gonna set Westeros on fire. She's gonna fuck it right up. Anyway, Zach, what do you think of? I'm a Lovecraft fan. I like I like a good dose of Lovecraft. It's problematic, but then so is The Great Gatsby, and The Great Gatsby's bad. There's a couple of good Lovecraft references out here. What do you think of the Black Goat? The Black Goat of Qohor.
Yeah. That's definitely Lovecrafty.
Yeah.
It's got a weirdly dark pagan sort of thing going on too. Little Luciferian goats tend to be.
In fact, I can make it even more explicit. There is a deity in the greater Cthulhu mythos called Shub-Niggurath, one of whose eponyms, epithets, one of the things that she's called is the Black Goat of the Woods with 1,000 young. And, there's a place called the Woods of Qohor. I think that's a very direct reference. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zach, name a god.
And is the harpy a god? Harpy's a god.
You know what? I was actually thinking about this as we were getting ready. I'm gonna put things on this list that are not strictly gods. Because the definition, to make a statement about George Martin's whole power thing. Power resides where people think that it does. And if you think that a thing is a god for long enough, it kind of becomes one.
Yeah.
Is the harpy a god? Maybe not. But we're going to put it on the list anyway because it kind of fills the same sort of position. How about...
The Sons of the Harpy is very cult-esque. It's more than just a political
yeah
thing.
In the same way that Big Toad is a thing, right? Big Toad feels the same. We don't know whether or not Big Toad is an actual god, but Big Toad sure feels like a god, so we're going to put it on the list because I like to talk about it in the same discussion. Can I throw a curveball at you here, Zach?
Go for it.
The Valyrians. The Valyrians are, in Fire and Blood, are called godlike and closer to gods than to men all the fucking time.
Yeah, there's a lot of things with the Valyrians that are well, you could argue godlike. You could also argue authoritarian and creepy.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure we'll chat about in the future. We have chatted about this before. That the Valyrians have some real creepy authoritarian tendencies sort of baked into their lore, which I think deserves its own video. But yeah, I think calling them godlike is definitely something that gets mentioned a lot, and definitely something that has merit in like a in like a Greek god, like the Greek gods live in their own separate world and they're just better than us, sort of thing, right?
Yes. Like, are they gods? No, I think that's very clearly demonstrated. You can kill them just as easily as you kill anybody else, as long as you get past the Durgans. But they are thought of as gods, and Zach, what's the difference?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? What's the difference between in the real world where, spoilers, there's not a lot of, well, there's not very many, what's the difference in the real world between a cult leader and a god?
This gets into one of the fun conversations I like to have of cargo cults in World War II.
No, Cargo Road. Sorry, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Cargo cults in World War II. These little islands where they just were isolated. They didn't have contact with the outside world. And then all of a sudden, the United States needs to make a new airfield for refueling so they can fight Japan. And they find these little islands, and they just start like building like airports there and like dropping air supplies there. And the people on these islands like start to borrow things from these people they've never met before who have way better technology than them. And then the U.S. just packs up and leaves. And then later you saw like the story got passed down from generation to generation, and they start building airstrips to try and make the gods come back. Like, it becomes like a religious thing, but it's also real. Like, these people that they want to come back to give them these amazing gifts have those amazing gifts and do exist. It's just that they got the context sort of wrong, right?
Yeah. It's the wrong idea, sir, but he's got the spirit. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Also, get your bingo cards out, because this reminds me of an episode of Star Trek.
There's many episodes of Star Trek that you can go here, but I think I know which one.
Yeah. Oh, one of my favorites, dude. Where oh gosh, maybe I hope I'm not conflating two. Like the Proto-Vulcan species who meets Picard, and they're like, we would like to worship this individual, please.
Yeah, the Picard, yes. The episode is called "Who Watches the Watchers."
Man, Star Trek's really good.
Yeah.
Please comment below if you would watch a Star Trek: The Next Generation 4-hour ranking video. But first, go watch the other one 20 or 30 times.
We gotta do Voyager first, because I've like rewatched all of Voyager more recently. I still think I have some gaps in my TNG. I think I skipped the entire first season beyond the first episode, because like, oh god, the first season of TNG. Oh boy,
it's fun. It's so much fun. Also, I was very happy when you noticed that I slipped in Beverly Crusher having sex with a ghost.
Yes, that's great. That is phenomenal. I do want to do a smash or pass with all those as well. I think we're obligated to go through the like classic Star Treks and do a smash or pass on all of them now.
Fine.
So I've got some jokes lined up for that one.
Fine. Everyone comment below what Star Trek character and god you would have a threesome with.
Yes, one Star Trek character and one god from Planetos.
So help me if you pick two of either. No, they can be gods from Earth. That's fine.
That's fine. Yeah. You can go for Lovecraft lore if you're into tentacles.
Like anyone. If you want to roll any one of the Greek gods, you can. I don't care. Do your thing.
Yeah. Back on topic here.
Man, some of the ancient Mesoamerican gods are like real cool, though.
we don't have the old gods on here.
That's true. We don't have the old gods. Click. Bran. There you go.
Yeah.
Fine. The old gods. Yeah, the trees.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna replace this with the Lorax. He speaks for the trees.
Speaks for the trees.
Yeah, the old gods are kind of an interesting one because, as I've actually been alluding to for some time, I have a time-traveling Bran video that we absolutely have to do. One of my favorite things I've ever worked on, but it's like actual theory, so it's taking its time. Some people speculate that the old gods are actually just like Bran. And if we do accept time traveling Bran, what's the difference between time traveling Bran and a god?
Not all that much.
I think it might actually be nothing, right?
It might legitimately be nothing.
Like, yes. He might like the cargo cults aren't gods by our definition, but they are gods from a religious perspective. Time traveling Bran, I think, would be a god in the universe like R'hllor is a god in the universe. Like an actual, like, very powerful fucking thing. An individual with the ability to change anything is basically a god. He's the Doctor from Doctor Who, right? He can do anything anywhere. Which makes him... The only thing that stops the Doctor from being a god is the fact that there is a species of Gallifreyans. That's the only thing that stops him from being an actual fucking god. Like if anyone on Earth who isn't like an intrepid person from London, if anyone on Earth interacts with the Doctor, if they ever learn about the Doctor, he's just a god, right? He's actually just a god. Like that's what Torchwood. That's what the show Torchwood is about. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We can't do a Doctor Who.
I'm also not as well versed on that.
Doctor Who's good.
Can bounce back. I've watched it. It's not exactly my cup of tea, but it's not. I'm not going to go around saying it's bad. It's just not exactly my cup of tea.
Okay. All right.
Cup of tea, of course, because it's British. But
got him.
What other god? We don't have the many-faced god up here.
Oh yeah.
Many-faced god. Something I was reading up on recently. Maybe that's a hint for a future theory. I
love the many-faced god. The many-faced god actually isn't on my list. I forgot about it. We're gonna put him.
And the many-faced god is interesting because the worshippers of the many-faced god, the people in the House of Black and White, they believe that every god is the many-faced god just in disguise.
Yes. And that's kind of baller.
Yeah.
But also, like, real self-important.
It is weird. Yeah, imagine if you knew somebody who thought that in real life, right? Like, imagine if you saw somebody who had a Hindu friend and a Muslim friend and a Christian friend and like I don't know, Norse pagan friend, and he's like, yeah, you're all worshiping the same god.
Zach,
it's just one really slippery motherfucker.
I have some very like, I have some a little bit of Catholic education to hit you with here. That's what the Jesuits tried to do in the 15th, 16th, and 1700s. 15, 16, and 1700s.
What?
They tried to convert people in the New World, and a lot of their rhetoric was, no, you're already worshiping the Christian God. You're already worshiping God. You have just seen different parts of him than we have. We're right. You are just experiencing a subset of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting because there are like different like especially like I'm thinking specifically of like Handsome Lake, the Iroquois version of Christianity, which has a similar sort of view to that. It reconciles a lot of Iroquois beliefs with Christianity. I wonder if that's from Jesuits.
Ooh, I wonder. That would be very interesting.
It would make sense. Well, the areas where there are no shortage of Iroquois, there are also no shortage of Catholics.
This is true. This is true. By which you mean the Western Hemisphere.
Haudenosaunee is Haudenosaunee the right word? I don't want to get in trouble.
Fuckers get everywhere. Catholics, not Iroquois.
Yes. Far more Catholics.
Oh, now I feel silly. Is the plural of Iroquois or Iroquois?
Iroquois?
Haudenosaunee.
here Haudenosaunee is how I think like we the traditional name.
Ah, talk about more gods. My chicken is done.
Your chicken is done. Oh no. What other gods exist in the planet of ice and fire, the world of ice and fire? There is. Who do they worship in the Summer Isles? Because I know they have a specific religion in the Summer Isles. I'm trying to think of other ones. There's That's a good question. There's the warlocks. There's the warlocks that exist in Karth. Or Karth, or however we pronounce it. Those warlocks are their own little weird religious sect thing. That's what I'm gonna have Tom put down on the canvas when he comes back with his chicken sometime eventually. I think Tom has returned.
Hello, I've returned. The chicken looks great.
Excellent. I'm glad the chicken looks great. Please put a picture of the chicken at this point of the video. Just like take a picture of the chicken now and edit it in.
I got you.
All right, excellent. Yes. So, what about the warlocks of Karth or however you pronounce it?
Hold on, I'm drawing a chicken. There you go. Yeah, the warlocks of Karth. That's a good poll. Yeah. Hold on. Bam. 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 The warlocks of Qarth, Karth. By the way,
Yeah.
the chicken needed another 7 minutes, so in like 6 minutes, I'm going to scream and run away again.
Excellent.
I'm going to put them up here with the Valyrians, because they are powerful, but they're not like all powerful, unless you take the position that the whole like warlock coven is kind of one entity, which is
they have like a hive mind thing going on.
Yeah, that's very heavily implied by the Daenerys chapter in where she's having the like trippy vision quest, right?
Yeah.
But I think that position is weakened somewhat by the Forsaken chapter upcoming in the Winds of Winter, where one of the Pyat Pri, one of the warlocks, is like has his legs cut off and he's hanging from from the mast of Euron's ship. That doesn't seem like the kind of thing you can do to a hive mind.
Or maybe you can, and we're underselling Euron's frightening potential.
You're right. I'm putting him over there.
Yeah. There's definitely something going on with the warlocks, and they are, like, if we're getting into like weird, like cult-like figures, like the Valyrians, and Euron, yeah, and the Harpy, and the warlocks, yeah, like there's like some ambiguity, which is great. This is one of the things I love about religion in A Song of Ice and Fire is there's ambiguity. And yeah, if we want to put Melisandre there, if you're going off of my theory that I'm not sure if I believe or not, that Melisandre is just a being unto herself. She has Carrie-like superpowers, and she is just mistaken R'hllor as the way that she got those powers. Last Green Seer, yeah.
We'll do that. We'll do it that way instead. Now, Melisandre, Mel and Brynden never claim to be gods. But they are definitely treated by a lot of characters as something close to like a demigod.
Yes.
So they're definitely worthy of discussing. Like, we're not suggesting that anyone up here is literally a god, except maybe Euron. Yeah. We can talk about that. Is Euron?
Yeah.
This, yay! I get to talk about Euron more. Can I talk about Euron more?
Please do. Please go. Take it away.
I have one more quote. This is from the Forsaken chapter of the Winds of Winter. Quote: Aaron Dampfair looked. The mound of skulls was gone. It was metal underneath now. A great, tall, twisted seat of razor-sharp iron, barbs and blades and broken swords, all dripping blood. Impaled upon the longer spikes were the bodies of the gods. The maiden was there, and the father and the mother, the warrior and crone and smith, even the stranger. They hung side by side with all manner of queer foreign gods. The great shepherd and the black goat, three-headed Trios and the pale child Bacalon, the lord of light and the butterfly god of Noth. And there, swollen and green, half devoured by crabs, the drowned god festered with the rest, seawater still dripping from his hair.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so good.
Yeah.
A contender for the best chapter in the series, for sure.
Most ones, the King's Moot might be my favorite chapter.
The King's Moot's really good.
Euron showing up is always great. He brings, like, what I love about the King's Moot is that it goes from like a like sort of like little like cultural lesson about the Ironborn to a contentious election that you watch play out live. It's like a presidential debate, basically. So a presidential debate and election rolled up into one. It's like whoever wins the debate wins the presidency. It's a very unique system.
Yeah.
And then it turns into a horror story at the end.
Yes, it turns terrifying very... Well, no, that's what I like about it. It doesn't turn terrifying fast. It turns terrifying in a very slow burn. And by the time you realize it's awful, you're already neck deep.
It becomes horror slowly and then all at once.
Yes, like how John Green describes falling in love. It turned to Lovecraft like you fall asleep, slowly and then all at once. Yeah, there's a reference. There's a reference for you. Yeah, that's for all of our Fault in Our Stars fans. That one's for you.
Is that where I stole that from?
It is. That is where you stole that from.
I've had that line in my back pocket for years now. I guess that's from when I watched The Fault in Our Stars, sadly alone in a very nice hotel room.
Respectable.
At the Mall of America. There's a Radisson Blu in the Mall of America. If you are lying in a bed in the Radisson Blu in the Mall of America on one of the higher up floors right now, you might be on the same bed that I cried on.
Zach, you doing okay?
Yeah, that was years ago.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
I said years ago. 2019 was 3 years ago.
Was 2019 3 years ago? That doesn't seem correct.
Pandemic.
Zach, I added the butterfly god.
Oh, the butterfly god.
Noth is supposed to be like this like idyllic place. But the butterflies there are poisonous. I think is the implication. And they kill people who aren't immune to the butterfly poison. I think I'm remembering my story correctly. And so the butterflies took on this like this like religious mystique where they kill people who aren't from the island. So now there's the butterfly god, and I like that.
That's fun. What about the Moon Singers? The Moon Singers are like a religious thing.
The Moon Singers? The Moon Singers? What are the Moon Singers?
They're one of the religions from the East, or like they're priestess or something.
The Moon Singers. You talk about the Moon Singers, and I gotta go get my chicken.
Okay, the Moon Singers are like I think they were like brought from the East. They're like that was brought over with slavery. They have like priests and healers and stuff like that. And it seems to be like a matriarchal sort of thing. They dress in women's clothing. If you want to be a moon singer, you have to dress in like a very effeminate outfit. And that's all we really know about them. And they might be from a Shai. Merriweather knows they have like songs. They're basically like really effeminate bards, I guess is the way I'd put it. but there's the Moonsingers. That's another one of the faiths of ice and fire that exists. George R. R. Martin has said they won't be that important. They're one of the founding people of Bravos. Zach says, adding to a future theory video. Well, Tom is not here to hear that. Let me write that down. For all the people in the audience, I guess Tom can hear this when he listens to it. Because he does all the videos. It'll be fun when he gets to hear that later. Alright.
My smallest sibling got me ice cream, and I'm happy.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Ice cream is I might go get ice cream when we're done recording. Did you write down the Moonsingers? Because I learned more about them.
Yeah,
they're very interesting.
Tell me about the Moons. What are the Moonsingers?
They're one of the groups that helped found Bravos back when it was first created. They are like a female-led church, although apparently there are male Moonsingers, but they dress effeminately. It's a very like matriarchal and effeminate sort of religion, and they use songs for things. So I was double checking to see. I know they exist. I remember the name because I always thought it was cute, but I forgot at what point in the book I got it from. The first reference is Mary Mazdur saying that she knows birthing songs that were taught to her by the Moonsingers in a shire.
Ooh.
Which makes me think that they're like magical bards.
Yo, that's so good.
Movement based on music. Yeah.
That's so good. I love it. Another one that we referenced in that wonderful Euron Greyjoy section is another Lovecrafty one. The Pale Child. Bacalon. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know what's like that. It's funny, right? None of those words is frightening on their own. But for some reason, those words in that order are creepy.
Yeah, they are. They're quite creepy, yeah.
And I don't know why. It's very hard for me to determine why. You know, that's creepy.
Yeah. The Pale Child is just a Minecraft YouTuber, but the fact that he picked Bacalon for his name.
Yeah, and like to add the word God after that. Can someone please tell me please tell me in the comments what the difference between an epitaph and an eponym is, because one of them is like is an addendum to a name.
Epitaph is what you put on your tombstone.
Epitaph is what you put on a tombstone. Is that like your, I guess farewell message would be a good turn of phrase?
Yeah.
Like, here lies this person, you know, brother and father or something like that.
Mel Blanc says that's all, folks.
Oh, that's fun.
Which I thought that was rather cute.
Well, to add the word God at the end of this makes it real fucking creepy.
Yeah, the idea of a god being a child is a little unsettling, because I've been a child, and I shouldn't have had god powers at that point. I probably still shouldn't have them now, but, like, definitely not as a kid.
Oh my god, you ready for another religious rant?
Shit would have went down. Sure, go for it.
Oh my god. There's one of the... There's the four Gospels, right? But those are the Gospels that were decided to be included. There's more Gospels, Zach.
That are cut, yeah.
Yes.
There's cut content from the Bible.
There's Gospels on the cutting room floor. They
really need to release the director's cut of the Bible.
Yeah, come on.
Everybody go to Twitter and hashtag release the Snyder cut of the Bible.
We've been asking for it for 2,000 years. One of my favorite... Sorry,
release the Jesus cut.
One of my... God damn it. One of my favorite stories from religion comes from one of the, I can't remember if it's one of the Gnostic or one of the Coptic Gospels, which are different terms for different collections of works about Jesus and his life. One of my favorites is the Gospel of Thomas, where it describes Jesus as a kid, as an 8-year-old, grabbing handfuls of mud out of the river, tapping them, and bringing them to sentient life, turning it into a bird, which I think could talk, though I might be misremembering that, and then it would fly away, and then he would kill it again. And that's just some hardcore shit, and I don't know why they cut it.
Yeah. Are you saying Jesus made men out of mud? That's interesting.
I do remember it was a bird. It was a bird he made. But, fucking showing off to the other neighborhood kids. That's not me editorializing. That's what he was doing. The other kids were like, I don't believe you that you're a magic baby. And Jesus was like, cool, and he goes and scoops some mud and is like, hey, check this out.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Huh.
This is not relevant, but it is super neat. Non-canon religious works are super interesting to me.
Yeah, Jesus also scares off a dragon at one point, I think, as a kid.
Fucking, excuse me?
Yeah, I think there's one where Jesus, scares away a dragon.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, I know exactly what he said to it.
What did he say?
He stood, 2 feet shoulder width apart, in a fighting stance, and he looked at this beast, and he pointed at it, and he said, "Bad dragon."
I thought it'd be it's crossing time, but
oh my god, the best product for when you want to rise again. Yeah. These are the jokes.
So I think we just confirmed that Jesus is the Shrouded Lord.
Jesus is the Shrouded Lord. Hold on, we're putting that in the corner. Tap. Open parentheses. Jesus is the Shrouded Lord. There it is. We can make that a slightly smaller font. How about an 18? There we go. Oh, we're going to give it a question mark to give it some legitimacy. There we go. Everybody respects it more when there's a question mark. Perfect. Zach, name a god. For $1, name a god.
Ooh, we're running into the Shrouded Lord, technically, but we're running into my wall of knowledge. Who do they worship in the Summer Isles?
I didn't see that. I didn't understand that was where you were going with that. You're right. The Shrouded Lord should be considered a god.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of the Shrouded Lord as just like Gary and Lannister in a hood.
Dabbing on people with pestilence, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. What did you say? I'm sorry.
But I'm running out of gods I can name the actual names of. They definitely have a god they worship in the Summer Isles.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just forgetting.
I don't believe it's ever named. I think it's just called the God of the Summer Isles. I'm inclined to pull a Varys quote from the show, where Tyrion is like, the drowned god wants men drowned. The Lord of Light wants men burned. Where is the god of tits and wine? And then Varys goes, on the Summer Islands, they worship a god with 16 teats, a fertility god. And Tyrion turns at him and looks at him, and he's like, we should sail there immediately. So the god of let's go with tests and wine, so that we don't violate terms of service.
You can say tits.
I can say, if this gets flagged, I'm blaming you.
That's true.
There it is.
I'm also the person behind Jon Snow at a strip club, so you know, like, I have a history.
Why do you make me? I gotta edit that, man. I'm so mad at you.
Yeah, but we got a whole 2 Jon Snow at a strip club jokes out of that.
Oh man. Hold on. When they said "kissed by fire," this isn't what I thought they meant.
Was it a redhead who was dancing?
Well, that's Ygritte, right? That's that's what they call it. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have? Something about being an oathbreaker. My wall is stiff and hard. I don't know. Zach, name a god for $1. I got a couple more, not many more, but a couple.
I think I'm out.
What do you think of the Great Shepherd?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the god worshipped by the Valyrian. I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And I think do I have one more? Oh yes, of course. I also have Mother Royne.
I just remembered Mother Royne.
Yeah, this is the god worshipped by the Rhoynar, who used to live in Essos but now live in Dorne. We of course have Trios, the blue eyes ultimate dragon.
Yes, that's true.
There it is.
I did feel like I was missing one that I knew of, so I looked up a list real quick. I did forget one that I totally knew beforehand.
Yeah?
Because he has a very snappy rhyming name, the Merling King.
The Merling King, yeah!
Oh, we forgot that the Drowned God has the Storm God as its nemesis.
Oh, yeah. Cloud Mommy.
Cloud Mommy.
There you go, they're right down there.
That's, everybody, draw your best gender-bent, Cloud Strife. And remember that's what the Drowned God's trying to prevent you from worshiping.
Yeah, and pit Cloud against Aqualad, and we'll call it done. We'll call it a day.
Yes.
All right, Zach. I think that's all of mine. There's interesting discussions to be had here, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think. Wait, there's a god called Pantera, like the band.
That's ridiculous.
6-breasted cat goddess. Wow. George R. R. Martin predicted the internet.
God damn it! I had the joke ready. You just talked. You just kept talking. Damn it! If you had taken a single breath, I would have gotten there. You think people will be confused by the Lorax?
And we explain that that's the old gods, the trees.
Oh,
right?
Of course. We have to have the Great Other.
Yep,
down here with these friends, who may or may not be connected with Cloud Mommy.
The Unsullied worship the Lady of Spears. Maybe it's Brittany.
Oh my god. Oh my god, the people of the Neck must worship them too, because all their spears are toxic.
With the taste on your lips, I'm sure of it. You're toxic, I'm slipping under. The last words of Joffrey Baratheon.
Yeah. So somebody drowned in the swamp is like, you're toxic. I'm slipping under, and then he does. Damn it! I had one, but that was really funny. Is what the spear goddess?
Lady of the Spear.
Lady of the Spear. That sounds like a magic card.
It does. It does sound like a two white land required to summon magic card.
Zach, I like the show we do. Brittany? Oh my god, that's really funny. We have Aquan the Red Bull. He has a temple at Bravos. That's fun. I bet he has wings. I said I bet he has wings.
But yeah, the red.
I said I bet he has. Zach, I said I bet.
Sorry. Red Bull, but right, yeah,
Zach,
Aquan the Red Bull.
Zach, I said I bet he has. Zach, I bet he has wings.
He might have wings. Yeah, that's entirely possible.
Oh man. I forgot about a one that I really like. I'm putting it up in the Lovecrafty section. The Lion of Night. And the Maiden Maid of Light, which may or may not be a god, but certainly is always talked about in connection with the Lion of Night. The Merlin King, the Moon Pale Maiden. That's fun. Oh yeah. What do you think of me adding to this top right section? The Maze Makers. You know the Maze Makers, Zach? It's kind of deep in the world book, but I really like them. Oh, did I lose Zach? Hold on.
Sorry, what was that? Repeat the first part.
I said, do you know the Maze Makers? The Maze Makers of Lorath?
No.
All across Lorath and the surrounding isles, there are these like cityscape-sized mazes that people worship. And they're really hardcore and really cool. I really like them. So I'm putting the Maze Makers up with these guys.
It's a really cool escape room if people start a religion about it.
Yeah. We have Andros of the Twilight, who is male by day and female by night.
Oh, so it's like the how Stephanie Meyer released a gender-bent Twilight. That's a reference to, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, there's Twilight. What's the Twilight gender bend? That's Life and Death. Stephanie Meyer released a book where Bella's a dude. It's Beaufort Swan who meets Edith Cullen. And falls in love.
Did you say Edith Cullen?
Edith Cullen.
God, that's funny.
Yeah. I've seen several people on the internet say, "Oh, I get it now," after they reversed the genders in Twilight. By the way, it's like they didn't get it, and it's like no, it's about this shy dude who ends up in a relationship with this kind of scary but like kind of hot, pale, domineering chick. It's like, oh yeah, I get why that's hot.
Oh. Zach, I hate you. Here's something I wanted to talk about. I have gotten to the section on the Wiki of Ice and Fire about the Valyrian Gods. Valyrian Gods in A Song of Ice and Fire include Belarion, Meraxes, Vhagar, Syrax, and that's it. Full stop. And all of those are names of dragons in the main series. Well, not the main series. In the expanded universe, right. In Westeros, those are all dragon names. And that
Yes.
that reminds me of something that I wanted to talk about.
Tell me about it. Let's go down this rabbit hole.
So Arya Targaryen, whose mother is, oh gosh, Rhaena, I think the one who had the relationship with Alyssa Farwind, whose name I can't remember. I think it was Rhaena. Her kid is named Arya. Arya Targaryen was a willful and adventurous kid, and when she was like 15, she decided to claim a dragon. She goes and claims Belarion, the 200-year-old behemoth.
The Black Dread, yeah.
Yes. Belarion then takes off, but Arya, at least according to Septon Barth, who sort of treated her after the fact, he says Arya did not have the will to control someone like Belarion. And Belarion flew back to Valyria. When, like 2 years later or something, when they came back, Arya had these terrifying maggots with human faces that crawled out of her. Fireworms, Barth calls them. But that's not what I want to talk about. That's hardcore as shit, but that's not what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about is what happened to Belarion. Belarion, this giant dragon the size of a castle, came back with scars all over his body. Scarred and damaged with claw marks, rents all down his side. Zach, what attacked Belarion?
Something that eats dragons?
Right, there's an easy answer. You can say a bigger dragon.
Yeah.
But I'm not satisfied with that answer. What attacked...
Yeah, I don't know if I am either.
What attacked Belarion, Zach?
The Kraken, but that wouldn't explain the claw marks, unless Krakens have claws. Like, some squids do have claws.
That's true.
Or, like, at least, like, things that can stab you.
Whatever it is...
I can't wait for somebody, a marine biologist in the comments, to be like, squids do not have claws, technically.
Squids have teeth, kind of.
Yeah, sort of.
And
what
that's...
attacked Belarion? That's a good question.
Right. What attacked Belarion?
I really can't think of, like, we haven't seen, like, I'm sure there's something out there. We haven't even got a hint of something that can go toe-to-toe with a dragon. That's why people compare dragons to nukes in A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yes.
They are the win button. You win conflicts when you have a dragon.
And Belarion, with the possible exception of the cannibal who lives on Dragonstone at this time.
Skagos.
But,
well, Skagos now, the conspiracy theory. But yes.
Fine. But what, like, Belarion, as far as we know, is the oldest and most powerful creature on the planet. We have never seen anything that comes even close to his size or strength. We've never seen anything that comes close to, like, a 10-year-old dragon. And Belarion is 250 years old or something. He's enormous. I'm actually, by the way, they have confirmed that in House of the Dragon, they are not going to skimp on the size of Vhagar. Vhagar is going to be the size of the Red Keep.
I'm really excited for that.
I'm on board.
If you're gonna do a big violent war conflict, you might as well go bigger and violenter.
Right. Go big or go home with the dragons, man.
Yes.
But like, what fought Belarion? Literally, what exists that can cause any amount of harm to Belarion?
Other than a bigger dragon, I don't know.
And could it be a bigger dragon? Yeah, I mean, it's old Valyria. It's the ruins of Valyria. It could absolutely be a bigger dragon. But as I say, I'm not satisfied with that. Whatever it is, it's something interesting. It's something spectacular. And I want to see it. I hope we get to see Valyria at some point in the series. There's a lot of speculation about. I looked at it as well. There's a lot of speculation about Dany going to Valyria.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Like that's one of the interpretations of the prophecy: to go forward, you must go back. Meaning, go back to the place where your like ancestors are from, or something.
That lines up with some of my theories of Daenerys, Valyria, and like her eventual villain arc that we know from the Bad Dragon show must necessarily happen. Just as that they did that entire arc in 3 seconds instead of 3 books.
You know what, Zach? I think that something terrifying attacked Belarion. I think that's a great place to leave it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a great place to leave it.
Yeah, unless you got something else to add. Like, there's more. There's actually a lot more. There is the Temple of Memory. There is the Love Goddess of Lys. There is the Moon Mother. But these are all. There's the Church of Starry Wisdom, which Lucifer means Lightbringer fucking loves. You know what? I'm actually adding that because I'm pretty sure that that's another Lovecraft reference. The Church of Starry Wisdom. Wisdom. There we go. But I think this is a great list. I think this is most of the ones that are going to be relevant, plus a few more. And, like, if you want to do maybe a religious follow-up video to this, I would actually be very interested in that. Just talking about religions of A Song of Ice and Fire. As a matter of fact, if that's something that you would be interested in watching, tell us. Tell us down below. Because, like, we haven't done a lot of that, like actual literary analysis of A Song of Ice and Fire, but we have been talking about it, and this is a really good place to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think this is a wonderful place to do it. And if there's anything like you want us to round up or just chat about, do a video like this, leave a comment. Like I enjoyed this and the Valyrian Steel Roundup and Jon Snow's real name. Like I like just those sort of shoot at different aspects, shoot at different corners of the books, and see if we naturally find some theories, which we did a little bit of today.
Yeah. This is a much more relaxed format, and I enjoy it. This is a good format.
Yeah. All right. That's what we got there.
All right, Zach. Stay tuned, everybody, for the Robert Baratheon's Kids Roundup to come 5 years from now.
Actually, why don't we just put a Google form? Actually, I guess we should have done that at the beginning of the episode, right?
Yeah.
We should have said, like, here's a Google form to submit Baratheon Bastards. We'll do that next episode we record.
Yeah.
Next episode that we record, we'll put that in the description.
Yeah, because, like, okay, all right, I'm going to talk for another, minute, okay? I'm going to talk for another minute.
Yeah.
I love the idea of this group of insane nerds who is watching us. Zach and I can come up with plenty of god-awful theories on our own, but there are questions in these books and out of them that having a team try to answer, I find that thought very compelling. So, Zach, let's do it. Let's put a Google form down. Everyone who wants to submit the name of one of Bobby B's bastards, do it. And then give us
more than one.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah, submit as many as you want.
Give us a name, a reason why you think they're a Bobby B bastard, and then maybe we have a sliding scale of how serious you're being, from complete meme to the serious contenders. And that way, if we get too many, we start out with the ones people are genuinely serious about, and we work our way down into the memes.
Zach, you want to do it that way as opposed to submit anything you want as long as you frame it as though it's real.
That's it. Yeah, it's possible.
I don't know about you, Zach, but I'm a fan of memes.
I think I think at this point everybody's seen at least one of our meme videos. We're both very clearly.
Yeah, I need somebody to try to sell me on how Stannis is a Bobby B. Bastard. Oh my god, actually, now that I think on it, it is actually technically possible for Renly to be a Bobby B. Bastard, I think.
I've heard this theory before. The timeline's pretty bad on it, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible that Renly himself is actually Robert's son, which would technically make him the rightful heir to the throne all along in the War of Five Kings.
Oh my god, the irony!
Yeah, the irony. The only one who outright admits his claim is kind of questionable. Would be the legitimate heir. That is funny.
It would also be like some kind of poetic irony if that Stannis killed him.
Yes.
Stannis, this person who commits to what's right so heavily and what's lawful so heavily, accidentally killed the heir.
Rightful heir, yeah.
Yep.
That would be quite funny. Yeah, I think Renly is born when Robert is 15, which is not impossible.
I don't know when, like in Westeros they are sexually active as teenagers, I guess.
Yeah, that's based on actual feudalism. That's true.
I don't care for it, but it is, it does line up.
Well, and like people died a lot quicker, and deaths in childbirth and all that happened. Like I get like the like need to crank out more children.
We can discuss feudalism at another time. Zach, say something funny before we sign off.
Thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more videos, consider therapy.
Zach, hit the button.